Alrighty, welcome back. We're at it again. We've got the roof looking good. When we shut the video off, basically what I had to do is I just had to weld the strips down and cut the roof. I'm just going to get up here. Maybe Jolene will get up on the tire and show you. I'll help you up, sweetheart. So what has happened is I left the strips on right here. I left these strips here, the 5-inch strips that we put on. I left them overlapped on the roof. They look good. When it comes to grind that off and we fill that out, I think it's going to be fine. There's not going to be much left there. What I did is the roof skin that came up to here, I just ran the grinder right along the edge of this piece of metal here and cut off the strip on the inside and butt welded that together. And it really went well. And what I did is, this is what I did to weld this up without warping anything or making anything go bad. Like, it's actually quite nice, actually. What I did is I made myself a pattern, went spot, spot, every 6 inches, spot, 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 all the way around. Then when I come back over here, I went up this side and spot, 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 all the way around. And when I come back down around again, I did the exact same thing, kept the spots all separate from each other, and just kept going around the circles until I got it welded up. On the back here, I did not weld it all up because I got a piece of metal going on here. And if I get the piece of metal going on here nice enough, you know, good enough, or whatever I'm going to do here, I might end up welding this piece and that metal piece that covers this piece as one. So I might be able to do that. I'm not sure yet what's going to happen, but the roof really welded up nice. I'm very happy with it. And I want it to weld the roof up because if I put the metal over the package tray area here, well, then how am I going to get up there to weld that up? It was just nice to get inside there and to go around it and weld it up and get it done. We can take a look on the inside. If you want to come take a look on the inside, come over this way, sweetheart, okay, if you will. And the reason I want you to come over this way here because I want to show a couple things. Well, you can show that side if you want to first. Anyways, on the roof, you can see on the inside, it's overlapped on that part, and this part is butted. But I just want to show how you can x-ray something. You can see, look, got a pinhole over there. Can you see the pinhole? See the pinhole way over there? Jolene's going to find the pinhole. I don't know if you can see it on the camera or not, but that's how you x-ray something. You can see the light coming through the pinhole. But the roof is butt welded on the top just for the factor of less filler. It fit together awesomely. It went together nice. The roof looks really nice. Everything went well. On the back here, you've seen that we shrunk that piece by just splitting it where it buckled, and we split it, we found the center, and then we went with it. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get this piece of metal on here, and we got a piece of metal over there that we cut out of the roof, and it's sitting over there. But first what I want to do is I want to connect this package tray to the exhaust pipe. And the reason I want to do that, because this is just dangling there right now, and that's the hinge system for the trunk lid. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here and I'm going to snip it off. I'm going to cut the package tray off here. You can see that we have, it's bolted right here, bolted over there. I'm going to cut the package tray off here. Then I'm going to run a piece of square stock across there and connect it to this package tray and then weld it to the square tube or the exhaust pipe on both sides. And I might even put a couple more spots on the exhaust pipe coming up the side, maybe, I'm not sure. Where I've got it spotted underneath, it's not going to open up, and where I have the quarter panels welded to it, it's not going to go anywheres, but that's what I can do. So basically what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get this done, and then I'm going to put a piece of metal on top of here. So let's do it. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to cut that off, that piece of metal. Jolene's looking amazing today, like she always does. And we want to thank everybody again, staying on that jet setter thing. It's going to be a process. It's what it's going to be. And we're doing good. Jolene's doing really good. So we want to thank everybody again. I want to thank everybody for the comments and the nice words and the people that write things that are not so nice. Thanks for watching, basically. So basically what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to cut this off. I'm just going to cut a straight line because why not? It's got a bend in it right there. I basically just don't want to get something over top of the bolt or the bolts in case I want to take the hinge system off, that's all. If I had to climb in here and get that off, I still could. Watch yourself here. Watch it. Not sure what that is. Not sure what that is. Must be hold a tire or something maybe. I'm not sure what that is. Anyways, got it cut off. Another piece of metal that gets relieved. Taking a lot of metal out of it, I am. Just going to throw that down there easy for a second. I got a piece of square stock right here. Basically what I'm seeing is that I can take a piece of square stock, I can weld it to this, and then I can weld it to my exhaust. And I don't know if I want to hide that underneath there like that, or what I'm doing yet. Got a little piece of metal welded on there. Let's cut it to length. So I just cut that off. What I'm thinking about doing, as you can see, is welding that on there like that. Just going to cut this back a little bit. Be nice to hide that underneath, just like that, and we can connect that all the way across and connect it to where it's hitting that. I'm just going to cut a little bit more off that. Good. So we'll just weld that on there like that. And that'll hold that package tray. I got a little gap going on here. That's nice, a little gap going on there, but I need a little gap going on there, so I'm going to stick a screwdriver or something in there and pry that ahead a little bit, and then we'll have a little bit of area for a gap there. Just looking at it for a second, just taking a gander at it. I see I'm going to jump out for a second. I have another grinder over here with a sanding wheel. I like the sanding wheels. I like them a little bit better than the hard discs. I've used this piece of square stock. I see I got a piece of something welded on there. I just want to sand it off. So I'm going to use the sanding wheel and sand it off for a second. And basically that'll just strengthen that package tray back up, so when the trunk lid opens, it works. Jolene's saying there's a lot of people wanting a what's it called? Rumble seat? Mm-hmm. Rumble seat. Well, what I'm thinking is I would generally probably, I'm not sure, I guess if I was going to make a rumble seat, and I would frame it up and then metal it in. Not sure if I'm going there, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to metal up the back today. I'm going to put a piece of metal on it. I've got that piece of metal there. I'm going to show you how I'm going to do that. Don't want to get caught up in that, do I? Nope. And I guess the most difficult part about putting the piece on the back is getting it to fit this contour. That's basically about it. I'm not sure. What I'm going to do is I'm going to run this piece of metal across here, and wherever it lies, it's not going to go down here. I'm going to have to put another piece in there. But when I get that piece fit in there, I'm going to see if I'm going to need maybe a brace from there to there for the metal to lay on. I'm not sure. The roof is nice and tight and right where I did that. That's fine. But I'm not sure if I'll put another piece of metal in there or a piece of flat bar or not. We'll see. And I'll know that as I get going. But this should be another big visual today. Should be another big visual. But I want to put the package tray in first, because if I do not fix the package tray up, it's going to be hard for me to get in there to weld that up. Get a piece of... Basically, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'll just hold that like that. That'll give me a little bit of gap. I'll have to hold that. Get another screwdriver. And also, when I put that on, like, you know, there's going to be a little bit of a gap there. I've got it connected there right now. But when I put that on there and weld the square stock going across, we have to realize I still can adjust the trunk a little bit. There must be an adjustment on the trunk a little bit there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pry that ahead a little bit like that, give me a little bit of gap. And then that'll be good. And there must be adjustment on the trunk. I like that one there better. Just leave that there for now. Ah! I'll have to get inside the car. Got a piece of square stock. Got my welder hooked up. Gas is turned on. Nope. Gas is on. I need a helmet. I think the battery went down in our Lincoln, so we're going to have to grab a battery for that. Alrighty. We got the trunk lid lifted up there a little bit, I see. Put that up in there. Nope. Just want to put it equal on both sides. Now we've got it connected. I don't like that. Just pulling that down too much. But the trunk lid has to come up over, so we should be fine. Going to second now. Should have dug that out. I got a little bit of material in there. Don't want to catch it afire. Some kind of corking, I guess it would be, for material, I would say. Weld that there. Not welding it to the car yet. Just welding it to the package tray. Probably should do it. I want a pair of channel locks just to pull that tight. I like using channel locks to hold things and put things. I like channel. I use them quite a bit. All right. On this side, the gap looks good. So I'm going to connect it. That looks good. I'm going to connect it. Wonderful. I'm going to connect all these little spots together. I'm going to connect it all underneath the bottom, but I'm going to connect it one more time. You can weld them all up if you want to. I don't see it necessary. So we're connected all underneath the bottom, and we're connected on the sides. We're not going to get down in there. You're not going to see that. And that's why I did that. Not going to see it. Not going to see it. I'm going to give myself a little bit of gap here. And I'm going to say that I'm going to be able to adjust the trunk, the trunk after. I should be able to move it up and down and back and forth to make the gap a little bit bigger. I just don't want to get it all into place. Good, not going nowheres. Don't know if the gap's going to quite stay there, but doesn't matter. I'll adjust the trunk lid. I'll adjust the trunk lid. Spot these. I'm going to connect the package tray a couple more times in a couple more places just to make sure that we're connected. That's all I'm going to do. Do either side of the hinge. There's a place. No, it's good. Just gonna hit that again. Trying to space them out all the same so it looks half decent, even though you're not going to see it. Good, we got 6 spots on there. That's not going anywhere. We're connected over here. We're connected over on the other side. No grinding involved. It's in place. The package tray is not going anywhere. It's where we got the trunk lid welded down there. It's holding it in place. I got it welded on the side, and I got the trunk lid welded on this side. We got the package tray welded in place, so the hinges are where they should be. We got a little bit of gap going on there. I'm saying that we got adjustment on the trunk lid a little bit. We should be fantastic. I'm gonna throw a little more weld on this edge right here, because why not? just to make sure. It's going to be hard to get at if it ever, took off. We might as well make it secure. So the weld can't. I'm going to say it's just as strong as it was before, or not stronger. That's what I'm going to say. And that's getting covered. You'll be able to go right from the trunk all the way into the car. There might be pieces, I might put pieces in here. Ouch, ouch, ouch. There might be, square stock going down from here down to the floor afterwards. I can tell right now that the floor in the car is not going to stay. It's something that I would replace. I probably replace the wheel wells too. I replace the whole floor. And the reason being is because I can see, I'm not sure if that mic stayed up or not, sweetheart. I tugged on it there a little bit. You want to check it? That was just a ploy. She's touching me, boy. She's touching me.
You're good.
Okay, good. So basically what I'm saying is that, what was I saying? From there to there, that's going to be connected down there. What I'm thinking is I would make a whole new floor for this just because of the repairs that were done before. I think I would make a new skeleton and stick it up inside the car wherever I want it. We'll put some new wheel wells in it because they've been fixed and they're not quite what I want. Not saying anything other than that. They're just not what I think I want. Now I have to make a panel for this back here, and what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to take and make it out of Bristol board first. Thank you, Bristol board guy. We appreciate it. I'm going to take it out of this stuff because I think I'll save the white. For another day. So what I'm going to do here is tape these together. See if I can't get what I want is I want to get the angle in the back. See how it's round across there? I just don't want to put the piece of metal up there and just start cutting it and trying to make it work. I want to have a shape of some sort so I can cut the metal and then put it on. I'm going to take that, add this together. Just a little bit of thought sometimes helps. Sometimes I don't use my brain, but most time I try. If you don't use your brain, you sink. Most times. I'm hoping that's long enough. Don't know how I'm going to get it to stay up there. But what I want to do is, I'm going to get my tape. Left my tape over there. What I want to do is I want to make that shape in the back. I want to make that shape. Now, what I'm thinking is, hoping that's long enough. We'll see. We'll see. Watch yourself, sweetheart. I'm not sure why Fina wants to be involved more now, but she does. Alrighty. Now, I've got that on there not right so far. The reason I'm saying it's not right is because it's not right. Put that on there like that. I'm going to pull this back off. Now, if I can use that piece of tape, I'd be happy. All right. Not sure if I should have went to the other side first or. Oh yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, it'd be kind of hard to put that piece of metal up there and then start cutting that shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do it this way. And I also have the chance to weld it to this. I have the quarter panel here. It'd be nice if I could get it right on that quarter panel line because why? Because I could just weld it once. If I got it down around there, I could weld the quarter panel to the exhaust pipe and the piece on the top is one piece and weld it one strip. If I don't get it down right, well, that means I got to weld it twice, right? So I got to weld it down the quarter panel, then I'd have to weld it for the trunk. If I can get it in one swoop, that would be great. I don't know if that's going to happen or not because I got it shy over here. But what I will do, I'll take note and I will cut it longer than I have it here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it a little bit longer and then I'll have that chance. Maybe. We'll see. Now, I got to get up in there. It's still hot. How am I going to do that? My tape's in my pocket. How am I going to do that? Nope. Don't want to pull it off. I just want to get myself a... He's starting to pull it off. Ah! That's what I didn't want. So I'm going to put some more tape on it just to make sure. That's what I wanted to do. I just wanted to pull it off. Pull it tighter, I suppose. Still in the same vicinity. Maybe I'll do it a little bit quicker this time so I don't pull it off. It's all still the same. The other side. So it's just going to be a, not going to be the exact pattern obviously, but it's going to give me a shape that what we're looking for. Okay. Whoa. Okay. Many ways to skin a cat, but that's the only way I would figure out how to make the pattern. Take it over here. I'm take the tape off. Don't matter. Hello, Frida. Hey, baby. Pair of scissors. Now, I'm thinking that we're plenty long. Do you want to go out? Is that what you need to do? I'll let Fee know. She wants to go out. I think what I'll do, the pattern I think is plenty long. And the reason I say it's plenty long because it was sagging in the center. But I'm still going to cut it beyond what we got going on there. Also, this here did not fit in exactly. We didn't have enough up in this corner. And what I can see is it probably went like, from what's going on, we probably would have went like that. And the exact same thing with this side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line down here further, say an inch down, because we're on the corner of the board here. I drew that up straight. If I drew that line there like that, I'm thinking that we need it that much more. On this side, I'm thinking we need it that much more. I take this off. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mimic that shape down to well, I'm just going to go down, say, this far, and to get it real good. Actually, I'll just draw it on there. I don't think I can do it with tape. I could take tape and run it along there, you know, and then do it again and have tape on there and then trace that line that's on the tape. But generally, I can do it by eye, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just do it by eye, and I'm keeping the same distance all the way across by eye. We don't know if it fits perfect yet. No, we do not. Just going by eye. And you could take tape and do it. Down this further on this side, I think. Down a little further on that side. And where I have the scissors, I have a chance to fix it again. And a little bit shy there. Oh, marker's already off. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it. We're going to cut it a little bit long. We'd be crazy not to. Crazy not to. I don't think we have to cut it that long, but we'll end up cutting it again, no doubt in my mind. As I'm cutting this, I'm watching that line, see if it stays the same distance, you know, close to it anyways. Congratulations to Joe Sosa for selling his truck, from what I understand. He sold his truck? Mm-hmm. Good for him.
I think his Coupe truck.
What's that?
His Coupe truck.
Yeah, good for him. Congratulations. Just means you get a chance to build another one. That's what it means. Now I'm going to try this on here. Crazy not to. You want to hold that side sweetheart? Look at that. Helping hand always helps. Now, can I pull it back down a little bit? Just hold that again. Just want to pull it back a little bit, see what happens. Well, I'm glad I cut it a little bit long. And when I think about what's going to have to happen, feel that, feel that, feel that. Feels pretty good, you know, like for the length. Just turn this a little bit. Not bad. All right, so I'm going to mark this on that piece of metal, and I'm going to cut. I'm going to mark this on that piece of metal that I have. And then what's going to happen here now? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that piece of metal up there on the back, just because to lay it on the floor, it'll come out like this. If I lay it up on the back of the car, I think I'll have a better chance of laying the cardboard on it. Now, I'm just kind of wondering, that edge has got all the edges are getting cut, so I guess it doesn't much matter. But what I want to see is, which is the widest? I guess that doesn't matter either. Let's just put it up there. That now, would you? This back piece is going to have to be in two pieces, because I'm not going to get this where it comes down here. Take my grinder. It's going to have to be in two pieces because I'm going to add a piece here. I'm going to only come back so far, probably where the tape is, probably. And then the other. All right. Yeah, see, I'm just wondering if this part's wider than the front part. I see I've got filler up there, right there too. Let's try it, see if it is. Won't hurt nothing. Just want the widest end to the front, that's all. And you can see how it's not going to turn down, so I'll probably bring it to about here, where the quarter panels are cut. I'll probably bring it to there, and then we'll make a piece from there to there. All right, it's a little bit wider, isn't it? A little bit wider because it fits up there better. Got it looking halfway straight. Just going to peel this tape off. Don't have to. Just kind of taking my vision, that's all. A little bit. Sometimes I find things bother your eye, and pull the tape off. Hard to believe how good that sticks sometimes, you know? Hard to believe. Jolene's helping me. Jolene's my amazing helper. She's a jet setter, boys. If you haven't got your votes in, help her out. She helped me out. We appreciate her. Just to show appreciation. Alrighty. I want to see if I'm the exact same distance on your side as I am this side. Trying to get this piece put on here within the hour. That's what I'm trying to do. That's why I'm rushing around. I'm not rushing, I'm Canadian, but you know what I'm trying to tell you. I'm down there past a ½ inch. I'm down there past an inch. So just slide it over just a little bit. Fina wants back in, and I'm going to let her in because she's my dog. I'll run to do it though. Come on in. You lay down. And what I've got going on here, we acquired a car a while back, and I acquired it because it had a flathead in it, and the flathead is supposedly a good one. You know, you never know for sure until you try, I guess, until you run it. But we've got a 47. We cut the back window out of it. We were going to try it in Elvis. And we could have made this a 3-window, but we can't get in our storage containers right now. The back window's in the storage containers. We couldn't get at it, so I'm glad that we went with this because it worked out perfect. The roof looks awesome. It's tight and it's right. It looks really, really good. But we cut the window out of a 47 Ford back there. And what's going on? The chassis in this car is kind of poopy. The chassis in this car is poopy. The one that we're doing right at the present moment is poopy. And what I mean by poopy is that, poopy is that it's not the right chassis for the car. I'm not into knocking the car or knocking the vehicles I'm working on. I'm not into knocking them because, it's not their fault. It's got a poopy chassis. But the chassis is not right in this, but I got a 47 out there. This is a 39 to 40, so I'm thinking the chassis 36 to 40 that fits in this one. And I'm debating whether, not debating, thinking about taking the body off, that one out there. That's what I'm doing, thinking about taking the body off the one out there to put the frame underneath this one here. Not sure if it'll work. But it would be nice to get the body off, that one out there, and see if I can make a floor section. Just taping this on, adding a little bit to it as I go. Now I'm just going to cut on the outside of that tape. I think I want to pull it tighter. I think I want to pull it tighter. Just to get a better read, that's all. And I was thinking about taking the frame out of that one there, the engine and transmission, and making a floor for that one and plucking it inside of this one. That's what I'm thinking. I think it easily could be done, just a matter of doing it. All right. Thinking I got my pattern. So we got the tractor in this morning. A friend of ours Evan come in and did a little plow job. The snow is very hard here. It's ice. It's been melted snow that's turned into ice, and it's a hard go. Off the line it did. Now I'm going to leave that marker line because the simple reason is I'm just making it a little bit bigger than it needs to be. Hopefully we got it going right. So I'll lay this. I don't know if I'll lay it down or just cut it right here. Probably just cut it right on back of the car, probably. Don't even really have to. Kind of puckered up there a little bit. I'm thinking we need a little more distance here in the back. Alrighty. Now I'm saying that that's the pattern for that. And I made it a little bit longer than it's supposed to be, which is good. Let's cut it. And you can see this piece of metal has shape. It has this to it and that to it, basically what we want. If not, I would have to get a wheel out. I'd roll it one way and then I'd use the English wheel the other way. That makes sense. So I would roll one shape this way and then I would wheel it the other way. My wheel is stuck in the other shop over there, and it's not a great English wheel. I kind of made it, and it's not a great wheel, but it does work. In the back here. Yeah. More of a piece to make than you think. Or I thought, more of a piece to make than you think. Need our step stool.
It's right behind here.
What's that, sweetheart?
It's right over here.
Okay.
Can you grab those earmuffs?
I will. Ear muff you up?
Right over. Thank you.
Gonna ear muff my baby up. There you go, baby. Come on now. Yeah, just gonna get a better place to cut this front piece. I might as well put my earmuffs on too. They're right there instead of me listening to that, eh? They can just turn the TV down if they like. Not quite like NASCAR. Off to the other side. I think I'll change the disc while I'm here. And as I get that going, if I need an in-tie construction piece, when I get that on there, if I need something to hold it up, I don't think I'm going to need something to hold it up. What I think I'll do, we'll see when I get going. We'll explain it as we get going. No sense me explaining something that we haven't tried yet. I'm just thinking in my brain. If it's not holding up where we need it to be, then we can run a brace going across so we can lay down on top of it. Let's go to the other side. Do the front one first. Got my clickers on today, my boots on. So, very happy with the roof, so pleased with it, went so well, like it looks awesome, awesome. We're hoping for the best when we cut this, hoping for the best. Should have kept that piece on there to hold the piece up. We'll cut this one next, just because I want that to hold it up on there, and we'll cut that off in a minute. Didn't want that to happen, but there's the pieces I could have used for the roof. But it's okay. It's okay. Now let's peel this off. We'll use that again, no doubt in my mind. Brand new pieces. All right. Pray for me, darling. Pray for me. That can be banged over. Ooh. Yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now, what I'm seeing is tape's got to be ripped off. Didn't want weld that on there in case of what's going on here, in case we can weld both together and make it look like something. Be nice. It's possible. Go to the other side. Everything's just stitched right at the present moment. Awesome. Yeah. Looking good though. Looking good. The only reason I got this tape on here is for visual. Just want to see where I'm going, what I got it looking like. Now it's quite critical how, not say critical, but it'd be nice to get it on as straight as possible. You know, it'd be nice to get it on as straight as possible. And to get it down far enough I can weld it together. Not sure how far down. This line here, I think I cut exactly the same hole on that side as this side, so that's a good marker to know if I've got it on straight or not. I think I said it before that I use markers of the car. What I mean by markers of the car, land points, markers of the car, land points, exact same thing as surveying it, I guess. If you come over here and take a look, sweetheart, you can see I cut in the middle of that line because it was puckered the same on that line, so I'm about, we'll say almost 2 inches right there. So I'm going to go back on this side. I'm going to pick that grinder up for us. Hope I didn't break the blade. So we're about 2 inches past that. And we're basically the same on that side. Basically. So we're in the right path. We're in the right area. Now, if I bring that over there, that would be really nice. It has to go up on that. Where I have the angle, the exhaust pipe, this does not have to weld on the exhaust pipe. I've got that connected down there on the exhaust pipe. It does not have to weld down there on the exhaust pipe. I just have to have this shape in it, and that's why I didn't weld it all the way across there. I might weld this all the way across there on this and just weld it once. It's already welded down inside, so it does not matter. Looking good. Looking good. Let's get that up in there. Looking good. I'm going to leave that right there. So, that looks good for welding that together to that together. That looks good. Looks good for welding that together. Man, I'm just like cooking with gas here. Cooking with gas. Alrighty. Just going back and forth, checking it out. Now, I'm going to push that ahead a little bit. I'm about an inch on that side. Go lay down, Fiend. Go lay down. About an inch on that side. And it's looking good, so I can weld that together on that exhaust pipe. That's what I'm looking at. Got about an inch there. We're up in the center. not bad. No, go ahead on this side. Can you hold your finger? I'll probably end up tacking it and then going from there. Go an inch there. That's okay, sweetheart. I don't want to get you cut. You know what I mean, mate? I want to check that. We're still about an inch. It comes down a ways. Yeah, not bad. Just going back and forth, trying to get the best fit I can. I'm about an inch away from that. Got the weld down around that. That looks good. That looks good. I'm an inch away from there. About an inch away from there. And I can push down that. Basically,
Sorry.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to tack that in the center, right where it's at. And you know what happens from there. I can still move it because I only have one tack on it. I'm going to tack that. What I'm going to do. Just went back and forth and looked at it a few times. And basically what I'm saying is that I'm not going to measure it, just don't need to measure it. I've cut in the same place. I'm going to put that on there, basically right there. I pushed it up in the center as far as I think that I need to go because I want the center higher than the edge. So this part's coming down, and what I'm hoping is I'm going to get it down to where that weld mark is. On the other side, I got the same thing going on. I'm hoping when I push that down, I'm going to get it over there. But what I need is I want the center to be the highest. I don't want the center to be flat going across. I want it to be the highest. So basically, this is coming down on this side. We're going to tack it in the middle. And hoping I'm getting it down to where it's going. I've got about an inch. What I'm saying is about an inch from that line that I cut. I cut the exact same holes on both sides. Basically, I got about an inch on this side. I'm about ½ inch away from the weld mark, the exhaust pipe on this side, and I'm about a ½ inch away from this side. So that's where I go in my brain. I wonder if I should go above that mark. What if I do this? Right there. Let's get back down and take a look. Just want to go above that weld mark if I can. Still about 3/4 of an inch. It's about 3/4 of an inch. You can come this way just a little tiny bit. Three-quarters of an inch. Back at it again. Just taking a look at it. 3/4 of an inch. Going for it. I'm going to tack it on. Now, and light higher in the center. That fits nice. Wow. That's all I got to say. I'm going to tack it over in this corner, then I'm going to, I can tack it on this corner. I got a nice line, not a bad line going across the back of the window there. Just wondering if I should zip that off some, let it come down just a little bit more. Huh. Looks good. Can't move it now. I can knock that off and move it. Yes, I can. I'm a little bit shy on this side to welding it all up as one. That's okay. Just looking at it. This is what I'm looking at right here. That line going across that window. I'm going to end up knocking this off. I think I can weld that together there, no problem. That's no problem to weld that together. Just put some weld in there, make sure I weld them both together. Knock that off. And what I'm thinking is, this is what I'm thinking, just getting fussy with it. Getting fussy with it. Still got the same gap on this side. I'm just going to knock it down here for a second because I can just knock it off. What I want to do is I want to lay me a, I just want to see if there's enough. That's what we want. See that? That's what we want. And it just shows, what it shows is we got this. That's all it shows, with that we got a high in the center. Now, take a look at this right here for a second. As we take a look at this back window on this side, you can see that, see how the back window's on this side? See how we're a little further away? See how we're a little closer there? Mm-hmm. I might take a little bit off that. Right there around that back window, right there. I'm going to take a little zip cut and cut that down a little bit and get that down a little bit further. Also, I might take and do this. I'm going to take this off. I've got to do a couple things here. We got it in place. Very happy with it. Very happy with it. It's got a nice grade to it. Let's continue on here for a second. This is nice across the back. I've got a nice thing going on here. That's nice. You know, it's like this. That's what I want. Take my marker. It's sitting on the roof right here, around the corner. If I take and scoop that around a bit, if I take a little bit off that, I'm guessing, I'm taking, chop that off. Now if I cut that out there a little bit, go around that sail panel a little better, and it'll drop down a little further, I'm thinking, on that edge. I'm going to do the exact same thing on this one. If I drop it, well, it should drop down a little bit. Got to. And I want this to drop down here a bit to make it even. I like to run a piece of tape on that, be nicer. Get a piece of tape. This is the part you want to really pay attention, you know. I mean, you're welding the back of the car on. I'm trying to make it look, you know, the best I can. So I'm looking at all the lines, all the angles. So I want to take and knock that down a bit to make it even going across there. I think I'm going to leave that one there. See that? See, I got a distance going on there. Well, that's flapped up too. That's giving me a different look too, eh? See, that molding's flat. This rubber's flapped up, but it's giving me a different look too. So I really got to pay attention what's going on. What I want is well, I want that weld mark to look straight across there. Even when it comes time to fill it out, it would look nice if it was the same distance across there. See, I got a little distance there, but that molding's it looks the same. This thing here is taking me off, I think. Looks the same. Just trying to make it the best it can be. I think I want to pull it over just that way, just a little tiny bit, I think. I want to check again. I'm going to knock the welds off, all except the center. Actually, I might knock this off a little bit. Could eye that up. It's pretty dang close, isn't it? Pretty dang close. I don't know if it's worth. I don't know if I'm messing with it too much or just, you know what I mean? I just don't want to, it looks pretty good now. I don't want to get taking it off and on when it's fine. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't want to take it off and on when it's fine. Let's go around here. Better? It's better? Haha, that looks better. I like that better. Come down further, it did. It did so. And I'll tell you why. Because when I push the metal down, it goes past the spot weld. So it was up like that. That's where the spot weld was. When I push it down, it comes down a little bit further, which gives me a nicer radius. I've got a little bit more going on there. Good with that. Let's take the grinder to the other side. Very easy panel to mess up, I suppose. As soon as I start cutting too much out of it, I don't want to do that. I want to take this off. Ouch. Now, you see where I had it connected. Now it's gone down past. Alrighty. I want to cut this one. Pick that up. Yeah. I'm gonna take this hammer here, pick it up underneath there. I gotta grind that weld off, so what I gotta do. Yeah, that comes down closer. I'll cut a little bit right there, make that straighter. Just getting tedious with it because I think it deserves it. Now, I like this side. I like it. I'm going to go back over the other side. Got two sides to contend with here. I like it. I gotta cut that down just a little bit more right there. Look at this side. It's nice and straight on that edge. Just a little bit more on that side. I think I got it. One more. Get a couple more tacks and we'll tack it in. We'll have it in place. Just want to do a little cutting here, that's all. Just being fussy for once. There we go. Makes me happy. All right. Happy. Take the welder. All right. I'll start on one side and we'll run it over, and then we'll run the other side over. We got one posted in the center. And we're just going to, I'll tack it on this way coming over, and then we'll tack it the other way going that way. And I'll show you how I'll weld up the sides on the exhaust pipe and the quarter panels. So we have one continuous weld. So I'll show you here in a minute. Let's get this tacked on. It's got a nice shape to it there. You've got a nice shape to it, just like Jolene got a nice shape. Now, that one there is down there. Do I want to cut that down a bit. Sorry. I got to do it. I think I want to cut that line. This one over there looks better. Wouldn't hit my mic. That line looks nice and straight. You see from the distance from here to there and there to there, it looks the same. Over here, it's nice, but it should come down just a little bit right there, I think. Sorry about that. I'm going to get, actually, I'll weld the other side, and then I'll get the grinder and come to this side. So I'm just going to gently put it on. Basically, I hope you see what I'm saying. I'm just saying that the distance here, I'm just checking the distance there, and then I want the distance to be the same over here. I got a little longer there than there. I mean, it's not a big difference, but if I can take it off with the grinder, why would I not? Why would I not? It's not much, but it's enough to make me to get the grinder. Look out! I'm going to just knock the other side on because it's looking good. All right, good. Good. Oh, wait, shreddies. Now, let's turn that off for a second. Bring the grinder over. Just going to take a little bit off, just going to skim it. pretty damn good. Just want it even. Even Steven, they call it. Even Steven. And as I tack everything on here, we must realize that at any point in time, it could be changed. I think I'd like to get that to come up, actually. There's a piece I see, got that shoved down too far on that side and shoved down too far on that side. I will probably, what am I going to do here? There we go. What's this, sweetheart? She's touching me, boys. God bless her. God bless her. Now, it's running down. That's good. It's fantastic. Alrighty. Good. Now I'm just seeing if it's running up and if I got any woolies in her. It looks good. Just going to go to the other side and check out the same thing where I got the welder going. On the other side. Good. Awesome. Now, I'm going to check. This is what I'm going to do. I'm going to knock that down on this side. Knock it down. On the other side, I'm going to pick it up. And all that does is give it a little bit more. I might put something underneath that. Not sure. I probably will. A second, we'll take a look at that again. I think I flattened it out more than anything. No, it's not flat. Come take a look at it this way. Come look at it this way. You can see how it's got a nice raise to it. I thought I flattened it out, but I did not. Looks got a nice raise to it. Beautiful. Good. Now, when it comes time to weld this on, and I'm going to have to weld it on, I've got it's nice and tight. I would never weld this and then weld this. I'd weld it like this. The whole thing would be welded like that. So when I grind, what I'll do is I'll start on the exhaust pipe, go up and touch one, and come back and touch the other. And I'll go up here 6 inches. And then when I grind it off, I've got one weld to grind off. If I do it separate, when you grind it off, it's going to have a hole in the center and it's going to look like poop. So I want one weld all the way along there, and that's how I'll do that, so I can grind it off nice. Got a nice little raise going on there. Good. Let's do another one here. Weld the whole thing. That's how I'll weld it. Start it on the exhaust pipe and then run it to each one. And I'll have to do the whole thing like that. Gonna go to the other side, sweetheart. Oh, she's up against the fender. So I'll weld the whole thing like that. Like I said, when I grind it off, it'll all look like one. Now, that's... It's going to be quite a transition. This roll here to that roll there is going to be quite a transition. And that's going to be on the next one, is it not? Mm-hmm. How long we got going on?
123.
What's that?
123.
123. Okay. A little bit on OT there. And anything I do not like, make sure to know that I've got it tacked on and I can take it back off. On the back, I know that it's running like this because of we got to have some contour to that bad boy. Because of that. We've got a high in the center, and that's what we want. When we get this welded all along here, we'll be able to grind that off. Then the filler can just do the edge. Basically, that's what's going on. And that's the first piece. Let's give away a hat or a shirt. Got some welding to do. What's got to go on is got to take my time. Got to take my time. Maybe have the air with me. I didn't use the air on the top. I just kept going around like I explained last time. I just did a circle and did it that way. I got to stand back and take a look at this bad boy. We're getting her. We're getting her. We are getting her. What I probably will do, I'm not sure if I'll leave this piece just tacked for now on the sides. I might just leave this piece tacked on the sides. I can weld all up in there. I can weld, here and all the way across. But what I'm thinking I might do is I might just leave this tacked for now because I might have to adjust the center where I've got it welded on. Now there's no adjustment to that center. I've got it welded on over there and welded on over there. There's no real adjustment to that. I've got another piece to put in that's going to come from there to there, and that's got quite a radius on it for that. But I'm hoping that we can get that to just go like that. I'm hoping. We'll see. Do not have another piece. I'm going to have to take a piece of metal and make it ourselves. We'll roll it, but that's not wide enough. And I don't think it would have done our strips up a roof. It might have. But we've used what we got there now. So we're fine. We've got a nice radius going on. If I might get some, I'm not sure if I will or if I won't, but it might be nice to have a piece of flat bar in here, just a piece of inch, and I could run it halfway on this piece and leave half here. So when I go to put this piece on, I can weld it right down the center on the flat bar itself to give it an extra little oomph. When I put this piece on here, we'll do it tomorrow. Let's go give away a hat or shirt. I'm happy with that. Took a little bit, but hey, we're making the back end of a car. Basically, that's what's going on. We're making the back end of a car. And I think that we're going to get it. Oh, I know we're going to get it. It's coming. It is looking like a coupe, that's for sure. Alrighty. Let's give away a hat or shirt. If I didn't tell you already today, Jolene's looking amazing. She always looks amazing. Fina's being anxious for some reason. Go, Fina, go. So what I got to find out is if the car down back, the 47 Ford, it has a flathead 3-speed standard in it. If I get that body off, I know the wheelbase is different because we checked it. Jolene checked the wheelbase on the 40 Tudor. It's 112, and on the 47, it's 114. I don't think the wheelbase matters much because we could always move the rear end forward.
Wow, 810.
810 comments?
Yeah.
Wow, 810 comments. Awesome. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. If you're taking your time and commenting, that means you deserve a hat or a shirt. Dave Buckholtz. Dave Buckholtz, you've won a hat or a shirt of your choice. Now we're going to read your comment. The top of the split window line up nicely with the top of the side windows. Almost like it was planned that way. Ha ha ha. Maybe it was. It's nice to have your partner lend a hand. Good job, Jolene. My wife will turn a wrench when she's needed. Keep up the inspiring work, you too. Well, that's cool that your wife does the exact same thing as Jolene, and that's why I support Jolene on her jet setting thing, because she supports me. And I appreciate everybody supporting her. And Dave, thanks for the comment. And you also have a wife that understands that sometimes a feller needs a hand. Sometimes a feller needs a hand. And that's good. Appreciate it. Thanks for the comment. You get a hold of Jolene. You can get a hat or a shirt of your choice. Thanks very much, everybody. Come back tomorrow, and we're going to fight with another piece.